morning. I'm here to just share with you Rane's experience using TQM. The group adopted TQM in the year 2000. The background to this adoption of TQM was that in the mid-90s, as you're aware, the Indian economy was opened up to competition and global car manufacturers came and set up their joint ventures and plants in India. And suddenly, the expectation from an auto component manufacturer like Rane in terms of performance, whether you take quality, cost, delivery, response to new product development, on all these facets, the expectation of global customers was of a different level compared to what we were used to in a protected environment. So we knew something has to change in the way we do our business. We didn't know what that was, but we knew a change was imperative. So we invited a Japanese professor to talk to us about Japanese style of managing the shop floor and how TQM is adopted by Japanese companies. And we were convinced that adopting that to Indian environment somehow would help us. And it was a leap of faith. It was not that we knew all the answers or how it is going to solve all our problems, but we had a hunch that this is something which we need to do, and as a group we decided to do it. So that is when we adopted the Japanese TQM methodology, and we've been working from the year 2000. And in retrospect, I would like to say that it was one of the best decisions that the group took, and where we are today in terms of our performance, I think is owed to a large extent to TQM. First, let me share with you what TQM has done to the way we do our business. What has been the change? What has it done to us? The first thing is it has changed the philosophy of customer focus. Not that we were not customer centric. Any successful businessman, small, medium or large, obviously has to be customer focused, and this is not a new thing that we learned only after adopting TQM. Customer centricity is what brought Rane from the early 50s to today what we are. So it's not that. But how does one systematically understand customer needs? How does one translate stated and unstated needs of the customer into design of the product or the service that we give to customers or response, etc. That in a very, very systematic approach was what we learned, and not just the philosophy of being customer centric. So one thing is to say I'm customer centric, the other thing is to have systems and processes in place of how to translate this into action. And at the end of it, it is not so complicated, but it is a very systematic way of going into detail and drilling down and understanding the customer. So this is something which the philosophy of customer focus changed for us. This is the first change. The second and probably the most important change that it made in the group was our employee engagement. Till then, I think in India and so in Rane, the approach of management versus labor, of course it was a factor of the environment, it was not only our making, it is the way unions were functioning, it is the way the government was functioning. So there was an adversarial relationship between management and labor. And the general thinking or the general belief was it is our job to think and labor's job to do, and whenever they negotiate and fight for their rights, we will go halfway and negotiate and try to get the best out of the whole thing. That approach entirely changed. We realized that the people on the shop floor are the most important people if you want to change the way we do business, and which meant not only sharing the vision and goals and the long-term strategies of the company with them, but also getting their inputs and giving them that respect and dignity which they deserve in any case, because they are the people who are standing there and working 8 hours a day. And what it taught us was, it really opened our eyes, that if you engage the employee on the shop floor, the kind of ideas that he or she has and the kind of ownership that they are willing to take was tremendous. In fact, to be very honest with you, I think our operators adopted TQM even before our supervisors and management did. They were readily willing to accept TQM. We've had very unique experiences where in the shop floor, one of our presidents went and asked an employee who had done an improvement in a tooling fixture modification by spending a few thousands. He had a productivity improvement on a CNC machine of something like 80%. So he asked him, how long has he been working in the factory? And the employee answered some 17, 18 years. So he asked him, why didn't you think of this idea earlier? And his answer to the president of the company was that nobody asked me. So I think the whole philosophy of employee engagement changed with us in terms of old plants, reasonably new plants. The whole approach changed. So employees with whom we have had very transactional kind of relationship, very adversarial relationship changed, where union office bearers started participating in quality circles, etc. And so with supervisors and managers, once you delegate and form cross-functional teams, the alignment of the management with the goals of the company was what TQM helped us to do. And this again is extremely important irrespective of the size of the company. It has nothing to do with the size. It could be a small company or a medium-sized company like ours, but the alignment is very, very important. The third, of course, is the actual improvements in operations. TQM is all about operations, and the improvement in quality, our cost performance and delivery was significant. I mean, it was dramatic. Our manufacturing rejections were in 5 digits in some of our plants, and today we are talking of 3 digits. In some plants, new plants, we are trying to come to 2 digits, and we have even been able to exceed or better our joint venture partners' plants in places like Japan and Korea. So that is a dramatic shift that has taken place in customer quality, manufacturing quality in the shop floor, supplier quality, etc. In terms of cost, while we can all theorize that the market is what fixes the price, TQM really teaches you how to design a product and work on continuous improvement to meet competitive pricing in the market and grow. And delivery, of course, the systems, the kind of daily routine management or daily work management to ensure that customer requirements are met on time, every time, is something which was here we struggle even today. To be honest, it's not that our delivery is perfect, but where we were 40 to 50%, maybe today we are close to 90% in terms of delivery. Then of course, the Deming Prize, we won in 4 of our companies, the Deming Grand Prize in 3, but that is not as important as the putting the processes in place. Yes, that is a milestone. If one wants to challenge and one is able to put aside resources for that, it is worth challenging just to set a milestone for employees. But I think getting the award is just one part of it. I don't think it is essential. One can practice TQM and still not go for a Deming, is what I believe. So the learning has been, TQM is a process, is a methodology to achieve business goals. Initially, many of our people got a kind of a confused perception of TQM, that it is additional paperwork in addition to what we are doing. Then it took some time to understand TQM is nothing but a way of doing things. It is not an additional job. It is a different method of doing what needs to be done to achieve business goals. Investment in HR, as I said, employee engagement means investment in HR. So one thing we have learned is right from the top management, right from the owner, promoter or managing director, whatever you call the number one in the business, I think the investment in people through good HR is very, very important. You may have very elaborate processes depending on the size of the company, but if you're a small company operating one location, it could be direct engagement. You may not have very sophisticated processes, but the fact that we are engaging with people through good, healthy HR practices is something which we have learned. One thing we have learned is that the planning is the most important thing in business. Therefore, one can grow steady, a healthy growth rate, not slow but steady. You cannot dramatically increase performance overnight. That is not sustainable. So one thing TQM has taught us is you have to do a lot of planning, and execution is lesser than planning if you want to sustain the kind of achievement of business goals. So I would suggest to those of you who are thinking of adopting some of these practices, whatever you call it, it is basically operational excellence through a very methodical or systematic approach. I would strongly suggest this philosophy to achieve operational excellence, because the philosophy part I am emphasizing because it is not just the process, it is the belief in people, it is the belief in empowerment, delegation, and really that the people who do the job know the best. So unless that belief is there, just adopting the process alone will not give the results. But I would strongly suggest that operational excellence through TQM is the way to go. I think it is imperative that Indian companies, irrespective of their size, have to aim for operational excellence. Global companies, they may not call it TQM, they may have different methods, Six Sigma, or depending on where they are coming from. So we have seen Japanese companies who don't use the acronym TQM at all, but they have the most robust processes. What I'm trying to say is the competition that is coming into this country, whether from offshore or coming and setting up shop in India, their processes and systems will be very good. So unless we operating in India adopt this and become really excellent, I think our competitive position is under threat. The last point I would like to mention is that for all this to happen, the top management commitment is extremely important. In Rane, we spend a lot of time on TQM. The debate goes on. Should top management spend so much time on TQM? I personally believe yes. My answer has always been yes. And we spend a lot of time on TQM. For example, I go to one plant every month and spend the whole day. So 12 plant visits in a year, spending 12 days in a year for a full TQM audit. So do all the presidents of the Rane company. So top management commitment is the most important driver in achieving operational excellence. Thank you.